Good afternoon, Nick.
Hi, Porty.
It feels like something was a different approach today at practice. So is this a point in the season where you guys are trying to draw a line and say from this moment forward, things are going to be done a different way?
Well, I just think it's done the right way. I think there's a lot of understanding of the way this year's gone. It's been a different year, but we can't compromise or, take away from who we are. And I think we've gotten away from that. So it was about righting ourselves and the focus being on how we play and who we are and, get ready to do that. I thought practice really hit home on that today.
It's easy to forget because seasons seem like they were 10 years ago now, but last year you guys were 12, 14, and 4 through 30 games. And I know it's different this year because it's a shorter season, but does that give you a hope that this can be turned around quickly? In other words, you've been through this before, you've done it before.
Always hope. There's never a doubt, and you're going to go through things. Yeah, sometimes it's more magnified, and obviously right now, which is what's expected of this group, it's a lot more magnified, but always, I think when you stop caring or having hope, that means, you're done. Like you shouldn't be playing. I think we know there's more out of this group, and that's why it's been a little bit frustrating, I guess, but we have to, rectify things the right way. There's baby steps. It's not like you just flip a switch and all of a sudden now you're playing great hockey. It's a process, and we have to understand and respect it. Respect what's gone on here before, and yeah, we have some new faces, but this is who we are. And the sooner we buy in and respect how we play the game, the more fun it's going to be, and the better looking it's going to be. I think that's what we were most embarrassed about. It was ugly last game. That's what happens when you're not on the right frame of mind or same page, and it can look ugly real fast. And that's not who we are. I know that. Today was a good day just to remember that and have a good hard practice and focusing on the right attitude and the details of the game and the compete level. And usually once you start going back to those basics, all of a sudden now your confidence in your game starts to come back. And I have no doubt we'll be right there tomorrow.
When you watch tape, and I'm sure you've watched a lot of tape, watch the replay of a game.
You're calling it tape now too.
Oh, sorry, I'm old.
He's got you calling it tape. What? Sorry, what was your question?
Well, just do you recognize this team when you watch some of the stuff that you guys have done so far on tape? Are you like, who are those guys?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I don't recognize their team. That was, when you watch it, that's what you take away from it. That's not who we are. And you can make every excuse or talk about a million. Just rectify it. We can point out problems. I think you guys are good at that. A lot of people are good at pointing out problems, but I'm more of a solutions guy. So, okay, it's great. We have problems. How are we fixing them? And so I think that's where our group today really focused on the solution side of it. This is how we fix it. We get back to basics, get back to who we are, understanding. All right, let's put it in layman's terms in some senses for a lot of guys. And then all of a sudden it's amazing how that mindset just is able to start to go back to what we're supposed to be. And you saw that out there in practice today. I thought guys worked really hard. I thought we were tenacious. I thought we were hard on pucks. And I mean, if you talked to any team before, and that's who we were. And I think for a little while we were playing on reputation.
One last one from me. This is a long day at the rink for you guys for a normal day between games. What were you able to do after practice? After practice, after you left the ice, were team meetings, video, what were you guys able to do for the last hour and a half or so?
We just, we actually watched our game. So I think sometimes it's nice just to point out the obvious, and you watch it and it kind of makes your stomach turn, I'm sure, for some guys, and for all of us it should. So I think sometimes the best way to move forward is just to see where it is that you don't want to go back to. And I thought after a practice like that, it was good to see this. That's not the team we want to be. Let's be honest. So we're excited about the opportunity we have tomorrow to play against a good team and rectify a lot of the problems, which are a lot of just self-inflicted problems. That's the good news, right? You change that, and all of a sudden now you're a different team and a more dangerous team. And but talk is over now, right? Too, we've had enough meetings. We just want to play. We want to play the right way, and we want guys playing the right way and that want to be here and play the right way. So I think every guy in there is committed and knows what's expected of them. And, we're going to do this as a team. Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Bill Rabinowitz. Go ahead, Bill.
And yeah, kind of building off of that, your identity has been primarily based on sound defense, right? Is that the foundation for you guys? In
Yeah.
light of that, how
Yeah, I think
frustrating? Yeah, go ahead.
Forechecking too.
Right.
Sorry, I think forechecking too, you know?
But as I think
Oh,
Michael
go ahead.
Delzato
Had
said,
more.
Michael, go ahead, Michael, any more? Michael Delzato said after the game the other night that the forecheck goes along with the defense. If you don't get the forecheck, I mean, it all works hand in hand. How disappointing has it been? How surprising has it been that the defensive part of your game has been, not what you expected?
Yeah, I think it's surprising, but then when you watch why it hasn't been effective as we did in watching the video after practice, you could see. I mean, just that's been the way we come back as fives. Every time we would come back and be in the right spots, boom, we were out and we had a shot on net the other way. And every time we had some disjointedness or one guy was going, the other four were kind of standing still. It's boom. It's in our end. Now we're playing D. And what happens a lot of times too is the longer you play in your defensive zone, the less energy you have to forecheck, less energy you have to be that team. And I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed in our group. We are spending way too much time in our end. And a lot of it has to do with just the way we're acting as a 5-man group. And so I think we rectify that. And all of a sudden now you're going to have the legs to forecheck. You're going to have the momentum on your side. You're going to have the energy to hold on to pucks in the offensive zone. And all of a sudden now your game comes to life. Now you look more aggressive in general. So that to me is the biggest difference. We got to play faster out of our D zone, but by doing that, we got to get to our spots faster, offer openings for our D, and get going the other way. And it's simple to say, but when you watch it on the tape, I think every guy really saw it and noticed it, and it's something we're going to rectify.
And I know you're not going to make excuses, but it's been obviously a strange year, compressed schedule and all that, and in a lot of new faces. How much of that does play into it, though? That it's hard to get a rhythm. It's hard to just be together, just as a team like you normally would.
Yeah, the longer you hold on to that, though, the less chance you have becoming a team. So I think that excuse has sailed for me at least, and I think every guy in there too. After talking today, I mean, every team is going through it. Every team's got new guys, so that has to stop. I think it doesn't allow you to become the team you want to be when you keep going back to that. So it's the reality we're playing. We're getting to play a game, and we're getting to play hockey when we didn't really think we had a chance to at one point. So for everybody, that you got to find a way within the system that we have right now to find that cohesiveness, to find that camaraderie. And you do that right now by the way you come to the rink, the attitude you have, and then by winning hockey games. And it's a pretty simple recipe and one that we're going to have to get on that train in order to enjoy.
And one question, if I could, about the penalty kill. I think you lead the league in shorthanded goals, but you're near the bottom in terms of stopping successful penalty kills. Do you have an explanation for why you guys have struggled with the penalty kill?
No, I think it's the factor of just as a 4-man group. I think we're take a lot of pride, the guys that are on there on the penalty kill, and I think for whatever reason we just haven't had that ability to keep them out of our net, and so you start to try to maybe do too much, and it opens yourself up. And but you can see that we're a dangerous group. When we get an opportunity to go, we're going to go, and I think guys learning each other. There's some new partners now that we have, but within who we are for a while now, we've been a real top penalty kill for a long time. So I think I'm not worried about us getting back to that, and the guys take a ton of pride in it. So yeah, it's been a fluky start to the year maybe for us, but I liked the steps we took, even though we got scored on last game. I mean, we took a lot of really good steps, and I thought had a lot of momentum off of our penalty kill, and I think we're going to see more of that as we go down the stretch here.
Thanks, Nick.